What's happening? How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I am excellent.
Great.
Jumped at the opportunity to come and sit with you.
Thanks for jumping.
Yeah, well, you know,
Yeah.
I'm a fat kid. I need the exercise.
There you go.
And I wanted to ask you, when I put out on Facebook when I was interviewing you, everybody wanted to know if you're bringing back Stefan on.
He'll find his way to the show. Eventually.
Awesome.
It's the thing we're dangling. We're not like announcing a date or anything, but I think at some point you will definitely see him.
I think that's dope. That was like the number one question.
That seems like, I mean, it's been very nice how often, just on Twitter, people ask me that all the time. Like, it's very nice to have done a thing on SNL. Mostly a thing that, you know, Bill Hader was doing all the work. He was the exceptional performer, but it was nice. It feels like it really entered the public's mind as a thing they want to see.
I think that's awesome. How do you do an official weekend update story? I was trying to do it.
Like, you mean like the straight down the camera type?
Like, well, you know, you do it and then it's like, boom. Like, and then you deliver the punchline. So I was like, can you teach me how to do a weekend update story?
Well, you know, it's very hard without the actual story in front of us, but...
Boom. Miley Cyrus, Miley Cyrus tried to kiss Katy Perry in the mouth. And the reason why Katy Perry didn't do it is because she said, God knows where that tongue was. So it's like...
Right. So you get to look straight in the camera.
Okay.
And say that.
Katy Perry says that she would not kiss Miley Cyrus in the mouth because God knows where that tongue was. Meanwhile, she won't kiss John Mayer in the mouth because she says God knows where that tongue has been.
Right. Here's you want to rewrite?
Yes.
She won't kiss John Mayer in the mouth because she does know where. There you go. You were great. Yeah, I think you're perfect for it.
Awesome. Thank you. Do you feel like there's any pressure hosting late night?
Yeah, I mean, I find there's pressure in everything we do. You know, you want to do a good job. I think it doesn't work if you don't want to do a good job, and you have to always try to get better, and part of what makes people better is the pressure. But with all these jobs in comedy, like, they don't work if you're not having a fun time. You know, certainly at the hour that I'm on, you know, you're fighting against people going to bed, so you need to be enjoying yourself. So
I recently saw your interview with Kanye, and I think it was like one or two questions in, and you had him smiling and laughing, like how, like, cause you know Kanye doesn't smile, he doesn't laugh.
I think he does though. I mean, I get that there's I went and saw him. I saw him in Nassau, and you know he was smiling and laughing through that show. He was really funny. You know, I would say the show was in 2 acts. You know, he was sort of wearing his mask for the first 90 minutes, and then it came off, and, you know, maybe it was because of the end of the tour, but he was great. I found him so charismatic on stage, and, you know, in my time getting to know him at SNL, and granted, you don't spend too much time with the musical guests, but I know him to be, like, a really smart, funny guy. I think he's, you know, I couldn't be a bigger fan of his music.
I wanted to ask you, what do you miss the most about SNL?
I guess probably my friends. You know, you work there so long, and they are not only my best sort of work friends, but the people I spend the most time with in New York. You know, again, they're only a few floors away, but you know, I miss that. And of course, every SNL feels like an event. You know, whether it's a good or bad show, it feels like a big deal to do an SNL. And the nice thing about late night is, like, it's a big deal to do late night, but each show to some degree, you know, it's a little bit more like a baseball season as opposed to a football season. You know, you just are like, you know, you have a bad one and you just shake it off. And like, we get to do one tomorrow. Right. Whereas, like, you know, you don't have to spin out as much as you do.
Before we go, who was, like, your dream interview?
This is feeling pretty good.
Really? Yeah. Okay, good. There wasn't no Oprah hard-hitting questions or anything like that.
I like that part.
Like, what makes you sad?
I like that.
A falafel on 51st Street? Like, what makes you sad?
It's when someone drops a falafel on 51st Street. Because if it's drops on 51st, you can't pick it up. There's no 3-second rule on 51st.
Well, kinda. I've dropped plenty of hot dogs on 6th Ave and was like, no one's looking. And I was like down to my last $3 working.
Right. How long have you been here?
I've been here for a year in May.
That's great. Straight from Jersey? Or?
Yep.
Great.
I'm super excited about it.
Awesome.
I'm on the radio at night here, so when you're in town doing the show for South by, maybe you should take a listen.
All right.
Maybe I should be on your show.
We'll figure it out.
Maybe I can get a camera and a microphone and just be on 6th Street interviewing weirdos or something.
Yeah. Well, nice to meet you, man.
We'll work it out.
Thanks.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
That's great.
Seth Meyers.